Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is the last session of the day. I don't know about you, but it is beautiful outside, and I would love to get out. So, my session is going to be quick and easy. Again, I'm Faith Robinson. I'm the marketing specialist for Empower. I hope you enjoyed all of the sessions up to this point. If you missed anything, you will have the replay available later. But let's go ahead and get started so you can get on to your weekend. Let me get this going here. All right, so today I'm going to go over quickly 5 things every social media manager should know. The main point of this, it's not going to be very long, but there's going to be a lot of resources that I'll have for you that you can take and use afterwards. So when you think about a day as a social media manager, just think about it as you can be a marketer, you can be a strategist, a copywriter, a designer, an analyst, and a customer service rep all in one day. Managing all of these responsibilities requires social media managers to bring both hard skills and soft skills to the table, and both of these will take some time to develop. So, what are hard skills? Hard skills are data analysis, copywriting that can be easily taught, whether you believe it or not. Your soft skills are being organized and making connections. These are a little more difficult to learn, but both are equally important. So, if you manage a social media page, you know that one of the most challenging and rewarding aspects is that you're never done learning. If you can work on cultivating these skills that I'll talk about, you'll better be able to drive results, realize your true business impact, and level up on your abilities as a social media manager. So, what are the 5 things? So, we'll start with number one. Number one is going to be communication. So, at its core, social media is a communication platform. So, as a social media professional, it's important to have strong communication skills that can flex to fit any platform, media, character count, or audience. So, in one day, you'll often switch between communicating with your customers in your inbox, meeting with your team for feedback, writing a brief to kick off a creative project, or compiling a social listening analysis to share with leadership. You have to be able to communicate ideas to a wide range of stakeholders in your voice and in your brand's voice. So, as the voice for your brand, like James was talking about in the previous session, for your customers on social, you have to be able to drop what you're doing at moment's notice to hop on a trending topic or handle a disgruntled customer complaint. We all have those. Also, you're not just communicating and writing, you're also using emojis, videos, GIFs, videos, pictures, stickers, and anything else that's at your disposal to get your message across in a clear and engaging way. If you work within any type of organization, you will also have to be able to effectively communicate with your boss, your peers, and your collaborators across your teams. Last but not least, strong communication skills are necessary to develop internal education and training. So let me explain what that means. And James kind of talked about this too. He hit on this. While you may lead the charge for your social media and marketing efforts, especially if you work in an organization, you will also need to train people from other departments like customer support, sales, and your creative department to support and use their own social roles and know what that brand is and how to use it appropriately. So, what things are out there that can help you with your communication? Because, like I said, at its core, social media is a communication platform. So there's Toastmasters. I believe we have one here. It may start really early in the morning, but that's a great way to get your verbal communication going and learn how to speak better in public. There's TED Talks on communications on YouTube, and take any speaking engagements that are offered to you, even if you're scared. Just do it. I don't like doing speaking engagements, but in the beginning of my job at Empower, Maurice was always pushing me to do it. We had to get up and talk in front of 1 million cups. I've had to teach. I'm teaching again. I'm having to do commercials. So even if you're scared, take those speaking engagements because each time it becomes easier for you. There's blogs out there that you can go and learn things from too. So let's go to the next skill that you need to have. and that is going to be writing. So there are plenty of skills that can help get your message across on social media, but communication is going to always come back to written word. Whether you like to write or not, you're going to have to write. So it's best just to work on it, just like on your communication, your verbal communication. So the best social media managers are excellent copywriters and digital conversationalists who embody and enhance their brand's voice on whatever platform that you're using. Writing is an important social media skill, but it's also key for your career. You may have to write a company blog, provide executives with a strategy to increase your social media budget. So you need to be able to articulate yourself in clear emails, strategies, and presentations. So again, what resources are out there to help improve your writing? So when you're writing emails or you're writing ads, or it doesn't matter what you're writing, a post, there's Hemingway Editor, there's Grammarly, there's Grammar Girl. You can take those bodies of works and put them in there, and they'll help you to improve your writing, not just your spelling and your punctuation, but they'll tell you if your sentences don't make sense and give you options to change it. This will overall just make you a better writer if you keep doing these things. So I talked about copywriting. People are always scared of copywriting, but if you're going to be doing posts and ads and things like that, you need to learn copywriting. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. That's something that I've been doing social media for like two years now, and I'm just starting to dig my feet into copywriting. So there's a book that I'll talk about later for that. And the next thing that you need to have as a social media manager is creativity. Because the social media space, it's very saturated, making yourself stand out, that can be challenging. And I do apologize, my voice is going out because I've been talking all day. So if it's hard to hear me, I'm sorry. We all want to create content that's exciting, valuable, and buzzworthy, but it does take creativity to come up with ideas that will stand out. So how can you help foster that creativity? So we'll talk about that. But first, let's talk about how creativity is going to help social media managers develop innovative, risk-taking campaigns. It'll help you create visually appealing multimedia content. It'll help you to consider the aesthetic details of posts, from images, links, and formatting copy. Creativity will help to lead productive brainstorming sessions to bring out the best ideas. So when we're doing campaigns, Maurice and I will sit down and we'll have brainstorming sessions. Those are very important for you to do, no matter what you're doing. If you're trying to come up with a social media campaign or any other thing that you're doing for your business. And creativity will help you to hone into and expand on your brand's voice and persona. So some reflexes to help you flex your creativity that I just found out about. There's creativewarnings.com. It's a global breakfast event series for the creative community. This would be a great thing to join. So you can join a local event, or they do have an online community to connect with other creative leaders in marketing, design, and social. So there's also improv classes. I know that sounds a little far out there, but I believe they have improv classes out at Kirkwood, at any of the theaters. That would be something good to take because it can teach you how to problem solve in different ways and give you more confidence in managing customer responses on the fly. There is also Fast Company, and it's called Company Online Publications. These two publications offer thoughtful commentary and criticism on the creative ad world. So you'll want to read these for insight into brand and creative strategy, industry-leading campaigns, and top-notch thought leadership. There's also online classes that you can take for just about anything on LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, Skillshare, along with so many other services. They offer online classes from everything to photography, writing, social media, anything that you can think of. I've done a lot of these. Maurice has too. You can also earn certificates on there. Canva also has basic design classes for all of you non-designers, because I'm a non-designer, so I use Canva all the time to help you improve your graphic designs. The next thing that you need to have as a social media manager is efficiency and top-notch organization. So you can't have a successful social media strategy without managing your time wisely. Believe me, I've tried it. I'm sure you've tried it, and it ends up just turning it into a hot mess. So efficiency and organization are two very important and necessary social media skills. As a social media manager, not only do you have to conceptualize campaigns, but you have to lead and execute your plans from start to finish. So if you're going to do this on a large scale, you're going to have to implement tools, policies, and processes to keep all the moving pieces straight, or your stuff is going to be everywhere. Um, so there is a social media calendar, and that is crucial to keeping your content organized and to help you plan ahead. If you don't have are not using a social media content calendar, you need to get one. Whether that's something on paper, you can do one on HubSpot. They have them everywhere. You can look those up. So some resources to help you be efficient and organized also is not only having that social media calendar, but doing social media batching. I used to start out doing social media, and sometimes I still do it just because I'm lazy. I could be lazy sometimes. Doing your social media on the fly every day. That's super stressful, and it's not a good use of your time. So plan out batches of time just to do social media. So let's say, okay, tomorrow's Saturday. Well, we won't use the weekend. Let's say not even Monday. Let's say Wednesday is your social media day. Go in there and try to make at least 2 weeks to a month worth of social media. Then you don't have to worry about it. And then if things come up that you want to share, you can share those too, because it's even more content on your page. But please start planning your content out ahead of time, because that will help you to focus on other things in your business that are more important. So you're also going to want to prioritize your tasks by value. Everything about social feels urgent. Wouldn't you agree? I think it does. But start with what's more valuable, and then move on. And so the last thing that I'll talk about is customer care. Customer care is a social media skill that combines customer service, people skills, and the ability to look for opportunities. So according to a recent survey, 33% of consumers prefer to reach out to brands on social media with customer service issues or questions about products and service offered, rather than go to the email. I'm still an email person, but sometimes I will say things online, and I see it a lot. So you have to be ready. Not only do you have to listen to and understand their concerns and their demands, and you even have to praise them, but you also have to be proactive about what customers might say in the future. If you can spot any weaknesses or opportunities, address those. You need to be able to read somebody's DM and identify the why behind what a customer is upset about, as it is able to help you find a clever way and to surprise and delight a longtime fan. Being a social media manager, you are your brand's biggest champion. So understanding customer care allows you to make a positive impact in the hearts and minds of your community. And personalizing your interactions with customers by referencing your conversation history, it will turn an everyday interaction into an extra special moment because you made that customer feel loved. And last but not least, success doesn't just come, it does take hard work when it comes to social media and marketing. So if you're already excelling at all 5 of these skills that I talked about, congratulations. But guess what? You still have work to do. And why do you have work to do? Social involves lifelong learning, like they've talked about in some of the previous sessions. And one reason is because it's always changing. So you're having to continue to hone those skills along with some others that will benefit you at every stage of your career. Look at skill development as a way to buy yourself time for tasks. So, for example, if you're already highly organized and efficient, you could spend more time developing your weaker skills like customer service or whatever it is, or writing if that's your thing that you struggle with. If you can master one area, that could open up the floor for your next career move. If you're exceptional at connection, you might be an incredible community manager. Or if you're phenomenal at data analysis, you could perhaps make a great social strategist. So get out there and keep working. And if you're looking for new material, go find podcasts, blogs, publication, industry news. Go look up stuff on Google and YouTube. There is a ton of material out there on the web that you can put your own spin on and make it your own. Because I did it with my presentation. This presentation is basically, I found a blog on Sprout Social that talked about this, and this is what I taught on. So it's just that easy to do things like this on your social and on your marketing too. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel and talk about something new. Just go and pull something offline and make it your own, and make sure you credit where you need to. So I am going to stop sharing my screen. I told you it was going to be very quick. I don't know if anybody has any questions because I couldn't see while I was in there. Do we want to, Maurice, do you want to come on?
Well, if I didn't, you just pulled me up.
You on.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. All right, yes. So let's see if we can get some. Let's see if we can get some questions here. I think there's a couple of things that I want to point out for folks as we're watching this. That I don't want you to take this and go, well, I don't want to be a social media manager, and walk away from it and go, this wasn't for me. As a small business owner, as you see, I changed my hat, right? We wear lots of different hats. And so this is just one of the hats that you have to wear as a small business owner until you get to the place where you are able to outsource it and take it off your plate, right? So one of the things that I am going to do, especially since we have some additional time, I'm going to share with you guys a couple of tools that like change the game, right? Because content creation, content iteration can be challenging, but we can make it easier if we know the tools and things like that we want to use in order to kind of streamline the process, right? So, well, I guess Faith didn't want to stay on and talk about these tools with me. Let's see here. There's one more tool. No, you don't need to. You can jump off. There's a ton of them, right? So I'm going to show you a couple. And Carmen had asked about content repurposing, right? So I'm going to show you guys some stuff here. And this was not intended, right? So we got some time back. So I want to utilize that time as effectively as possible. So I'm going to show you some things that I do as a small business owner to crank out content to be able to get me to a place where I'm like, oh my God, I can handle this, right? All right. So I hope you guys are ready. This is like those ninja tricks taken to the next level. This is the stuff that professional content creators are doing and using in order to be able to be able to produce. Like, if anybody ever felt like I can't produce, 4 or 5 Facebook posts a day, like that's too much mental energy. Like, if you've ever felt that way, do me a favor and just say, yes, I feel that, because it is a lot of work, right? It's like, oh my goodness. By the way, we're going to spend about, I'm going to give us till 25, then we're going to stop, and then I'm going to close this out because I don't need to take up extra time for you guys. So we're gonna roll through this real quick. I'm gonna give you a quick wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and then we're gonna move on, right? All right. So the first tool that we're gonna look at, I'm actually gonna share this tool. It is a headline generator. And if you don't know what a headline is, it's essentially the main component of anything that of like stuff that you create, right? Okay. So what this tool is called Title Generator. I'm going to share that here. And I picked Event Planner since we were talking about Event Planner before. But what it does is I did Event Planner. Let's actually do something different because that's really vague. Let's do wedding, right? So I'll type in wedding. And what this is going to do, it's going to create 700 headlines, titles, and content ideas that you can use, right? Okay, look. Scroll down the page, pick 2 headlines, make sure the headline's grammatically correct. Yes, please do that. But let's look at what it did. Oh, here you go. Sexy wedding. 3 things everyone should know about wedding they don't that you don't. Okay. So I might have to change this up. 3 things everyone knows about planning a wedding that you don't, right? That could be a really great one. Take the stress out of wedding planning. A guide to wedding planning at any age. Wedding and love. Weddings and love have 4 things in common, right? Stop wasting time and start planning your wedding. The number one reason you should uh the number one reason you should start wedding planning today, right? So I need to change that up a little bit. But how to handle every wedding challenge with ease using these tips. Okay, I like this one. I like this one. We're going to take this one. But there's 700 of these. And if you're an event planner and you plan weddings and you're like, "Oh my god, I don't know what to create." This is it, right? Like this is just weddings and there are 700 ideas in here. This doesn't include birthdays for kids. This doesn't include birthdays for adults. This doesn't include events, corporate events. This doesn't include any of that stuff, right? This is just weddings, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you one more tool that can help us find stuff because you might be like, well, Maurice, that's a little iffy. But there's also another tool called Uber Suggest. And what I'm going to do here is this is typically a tool that's used to find keywords. And if you don't know what keywords are, they're essentially the words that people are using in order to find specific sets of information, right? So we're going to keep the same idea. I'm going to show you how I could use this in order to find out information about weddings, like about things that people want to know about wedding planning. So what this does is it's generating a list of keywords that people are using. This is great, right? As far as like planning out your webpage content. But what we really want is this questions. So these are questions that we can use, right? So I could do a video, how to start wedding planning, where to start wedding planning, how to do wedding, how much do wedding coordinators cost? And the good thing here is that these are questions that people are asking. Check this out. Search volume per month on how to start a wedding, 1,000 people. Where to start a wedding, 590. How much do wedding coordinators cost? 390. Best wedding planner websites, 390. How to start wedding planning business, 320. Now, I might not want to do that one if I'm doing wedding planning myself, but this is still information that I can use. And I say, okay, you know what? There's a lot of people that want to know how much do weddings cost, right? So I may do a video about how much do wedding coordinators cost. And I might talk about why wedding coordinators cost as much as they do, but I'm also going to share information about what makes having a wedding coordinator so special, right? How it eases the pain of working through what it looks like to have your wedding. Now, when you're thinking about this and you're thinking about creating social media content, I also want you to be thinking about the stuff that James was talking about, the stuff that Kendra was talking about, the stuff that Zach introduced, is that, yeah, I might do how much do wedding coordinators cost, but I may do it in a really interesting way. So I'm going to show you a video that I literally just made like all of like 10 seconds ago, right? And so I don't know if, let me see this really quick. Let me stop sharing my screen. Let me do that. All right. So we're going to listen to this just for a second. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
So I didn't to go to marketing boot camp. But to be honest, I was busy that day. So I didn't. Well, the good news is it's recorded, so you can always watch the replay. I mean, that's nice, but will I really learn anything? Well, I mean, all the speakers there are marketing professionals sharing their knowledge, which they often charge thousands of dollars for this information. And it can.
All right, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop there, right? So that's a video that I just made a few seconds ago, and I was able to bang that out really quick. It's a 42-second video. It took me maybe a minute and a half to create, but it's content that was created based on what's happening right now. So there are a lot of really interesting ways in order to leverage the information that you're seeing. I'm going to show you one more tool. This is not a free tool. It is a paid tool, but it's really cool. So let's see how to handle every wedding challenge with ease using these tips. Okay, so we're going to take that. So this tool is called Closure Copy, right? So it is a tool that I use in order to generate some pretty I can do blogs and different stuff like that with it. And it helps me to really get to a good place when I'm not clear on the next steps that I want to take, right? So I'm going to show you really quick. Let's see. Let's try YouTube. Let's do that. Let's do a hook really quick. How to handle every wedding challenge with ease with these tips. So I'm going to drop this in here really quick, and I'm going to show you what the tool does, so you can kind of get an idea. If this is a tool you're interested in getting, I'm happy to share that information. I'm not. This is something that I don't necessarily think you have to get, but it definitely can make your life easier if you're getting to that point. So this right here. Let's go this. So this would be like the start of a video, and it says, I've been doing, I've had so many amazing weddings, but there's always challenges that comes with them, from having a wedding in a city like New York or London, or to the stress of planning one of your own. I have some simple tips for you. If you're going through the process of getting married, you've definitely come to the right place, right? This could be the start of a video. This could be the start of a blog. This could be the second line in a Facebook post. Doesn't matter. There's a lot of really great ways you can use this tool. And if you're still like, well, I don't know if this really is going to do what I need it to do. Let's see. Workflows. Yes, I know I'm kind of whipping through this. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's already the headline. What do I want? Where is it? All right, outline, body. Oh, here it is. Perfect. So I'm going to show you how this particular tool could honestly, I don't know. It's done a lot for me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how great it is. You have to figure it out for yourself. Okay, cool. So let's take that. Boom. So the title is how to handle every wedding challenge with ease using these steps. So it's given me the steps, right? So it's already telling me what the steps are. Yes, as the wedding professional, you have to go through here and adjust these. But this has already put you in a good spot. So now I could take each one of these and say, you know what? I'm going to do a video about planning in advance. So, hey, first tip to handling every wedding challenge. Here's your first tip. Make sure you plan in advance. You want to have your checklist of everything you need and da 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 da. Here are the things that need to be on the checklist. Yada yada yada. Okay, cool. Make sure your venue is right for you. Okay, perfect. Here's your how to handle wedding challenges part 2. Video, making sure the venue is right for you. Go out to the venue, make sure that it fits your requirements, and check the bathrooms and do all these. That's it, right? This is the content, and check it out. You're like, okay, well, yeah, but what about the rest of it, right? Okay, cool. Well, here you go. Boom. Wedding planning can be stressful, but if you've got the right tools, it doesn't have to be. We've compiled a list of some tips to make your wedding day stress-free. Here's tip number 1, right? So this is just these are just a list of couple of tools that I use, and I'm able to rattle off content really quick. Some of it you guys have seen, and you're like, oh my God, that was great. Look, I need help too. I don't have money to hire a social media expert right now. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I do actually have a social media guy. He runs my link. He runs my Instagram and my Twitter, but I don't want him to run my Facebook yet, right? So this is how I make sure that I stay fresh on Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. All right, cool. So what questions do you have about the tools that I just showed you right now? Those are my I might even cut that out on the replay. Like, let me just be real with y'all. That might not even be in the replay. So if you missed it, you missed it.
I did forget to mention something too. I left it out trying to rush. So when I was talking about copywriting, this is a book you have to get. If you want to learn about copywriting, I said it can be taught. Reading books is great. So this is called Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. How everyone can use the power of words to get more clicks, sales, and profits, no matter what you sell or who you sell it to. It gives you headlines that you can use, templates, everything. So if you're terrible at copyright, like I was, I'm a good writer, but copyright is a whole different ball game. So this is a good book to start with.
Yes. I also, James was talking about some books earlier. I wanted to show you guys. I already got my copies, right? So if you're trying, I got them all. Anything with Marty Neumeyer's name on it, I bought it, right? He's got some ebook versions too that they're not in print, and I got those too. If you're trying to level up, right? We're gonna send information about these books out to you guys. We got about 3 minutes before this session is supposed to be over, but I'm actually gonna close us out for the event right now. Right? There's supposed to be a closing session that's only about 15 minutes. I'm going to take these last 3 minutes and I'm just going to close us out because I believe giving you that time back. I believe giving you that time back is more valuable than what I'm going to say at 4:45 or whatever time. Faith, what time was your session supposed to be over? I can't. My schedule is can't find my schedule. Reception. Never mind. Oh, cool. I got a ton of time. I'm good. Y'all, I like to be aware and conscious of time. So I thought for whatever reason, I thought her session was ending at 4. But that's right. Y'all, just because I build the schedules don't mean that I remember them. So cut me a break. I'm out here. I'm trying to win today. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about any of those tools that I went over? I kind of went through them like I said, like lightning. So if you want me to go back to one and we talk about that one for a few minutes, I only need like 5 minutes to close us out. So if you have a question in particular, about a tool that I went over about how you could use it maybe for your business specifically, we can go back and I can show you how it how it chop that up and create maybe a blog post that I turn into a YouTube video that I then turn into like 6 or 7 micro videos and turn those in, right? So there's tons of stuff you can do with it, right? So I want to give everybody the time to be able to ask that question. But if we ain't got them, then, it is what it is. While folks are deciding if they have questions or not, let me see if I can pull this other thing up real quick so y'all can.
So maybe tell them about Writer because that's free.
Okay. Yes. So Faith mentioned a book. It was called Copywriting Secrets. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about writing these down, you guys. What we'll do is Monday about midday, you will get a copy of a resource guide. And this resource guide is actually from the last 3 or the previous 2 boot camps. We're constantly growing the resource guide out. So we'll include some stuff from that too inside this resource guide. And then we'll also include links and stuff like that to these books that we're talking about and to some of the tools that we're showing you now. That's not one of the tools. That's like next level training from Maurice Davis, right? So I'm just like, hey, I practice what I preach. Y'all would be blown away if I told you how much money I spend on my marketing education yearly. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Faith, should I tell them how much money I spend on my marketing education?
Too much.
So this year alone, I spent over $17,000 in education for my marketing this year alone, right? And that doesn't include my MBA. So I'm also going to school for my MBA, and that's a whole nother thing. But the 17 grand is just other stuff that I've spent money on for my marketing education. It's probably more like almost 20, to be honest. But it's so good. It's so good. All right. So we answered the question about what was the book Faith mentioned. I'm not seeing any other questions. This is like going once, going twice type of deal. We'll give folks a few more minutes so that if you have questions, you can get them answered. This is your time. Heck, if you feel like like, hey, Maurice, I need to put up some Facebook posts. I might even just do one for you. What? Like just kill one for you real quick. But I don't drink energy drinks anymore, man. I stopped. I quit those. I'm energy drink sober 90 days. Going on 90 days. Yeah, craziness. I did a cleanse a while back, and I just never really got back on them. Now, I will say this, I've got back in the gym, so I'm now back to my pre-workouts, which are they're kicking with the caffeine. So I still get my caffeine fix, but it's only that one dose. No, it's not lies. I swear I have not had an energy drink. But well, maybe it's not 90 days. Maybe it's not 90 days. Maybe it's more like 45. And I just feel like it's been a really long time. You know, sometimes when you fiending, you like life just feels longer. But I definitely haven't had one in a while. It's been a while. Actually, I realized it was a long time because I went up to my gas station. They were like, "Where you been? We missed you." I'm like, "Oh, good Lord. Good Lord." All right. I'm not seeing no questions, Faith.
I don't either. Nope.
All right, let's see. Let me make sure that nobody's trying to send me nothing over here on Facebook land. All right, cool. So the closeout. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody for coming today. This is the end of the marketing boot camp. We love having you. We will have another boot camp, and everyone on this list, we will make sure that you get the information when that comes up. I believe we're planning sometime in June. That is when my birthday is, so I'm going to try not to plan stuff on my birthday, right? I'm bad at this. It probably will be for my birthday, like just do one big party type of deal. But our goal with these boot camps are to provide you as much value as possible. So here's the thing that I ask. If there was something in the boot camp that you really loved, let us know. If there was something that you really hated, let us know. And if there's a subject or a thing that you would like to see happen, right? Send us that feedback. So you're going to get an email from us on Monday, midday, that will have the resource that we talked about, the guide to, the tools and things like that you saw today. It'll also have a survey in there. And the survey I know you're getting them now. You're getting them now for the event. But the survey is more along the lines of what would you like to see happen in the next marketing boot camp, right? How can we make this better? What would you like to see happen? Our goal is to improve this every time we do it. If you were here when we did the very first marketing boot camp, you will know how bootleg it was. It was a Facebook group, and I went live in Facebook, right? And I brought my colleagues up, and we did that for I think that one was 3 days. And we just went live, and we talked, right? And we shared information. If you came to the second one, you were like, okay, this is a little less bootleg, right? It was on YouTube. There was a sign-up page, right? It was fairly cohesive. But now, as you can see, we're constantly evolving. So we want this to be one of the best marketing events that you can attend to help level your business, right? The value that we can bring you in such a short period of time, and you don't have to pay for it, but our compensation is your feedback. So I need that from you. Yes, I am laying it on a little thick, and I am trying to guilt you a little bit, right? Because guilt is a powerful tool. So that's what I need from you guys. Also, before we shut it down, don't forget, if you are in a place where you are either starting a business or looking to start a business, or you know someone that is in that position, our program offers a 6-week. Yes, I said 6. It used to be 12, but I shortened it up for you. Less excuses, right? I'm always trying to reduce the excuses. 6-week program where we'll walk you through the foundations of starting your business, make sure that your business model is solid, make sure you have an actionable marketing plan. Imagine what your marketing would look like if you had access to me all the time, right? No cost. I don't like you right now. No cost, right? You just get to email me or call me and bounce your marketing questions off me, and I got your back, right? I just told you I spent almost 20 grand a year on my marketing education, and all you have to do is go through 6 weeks of training to live your dream. That sounds like a great deal to me. Yes, I'm biased, but I think that's a great way to live it. So here's the thing. If you're in the position where this sounds like something that you would be interested in, or that you know somebody that would be interested, what I would ask is that you or that person go over to Empower Iowa /apply. Yes, I'm going to drop the link here in just a second and apply right away. Our next program starts January 18th. January 18th. So don't delay. My spaces are limited, but I'll tell you this right now. If you are on this boot camp, right now and you apply, I'm going to do 2 things for you. I'm actually going to give you the direct link. I'm going to do 2 things for you. There is a fee. No, it ain't free. But if you came here and you participated, right, and you apply, shoot me an email that says I applied and I attended marketing boot camp, and I will waive the fee. No, this is actually the right one right here. I will waive the fee. So I just gave you free game. I'm promising you're going to get free game almost forever. And I'm going to give you the key to the free game for free. And if you're looking to build your business and you feel like you've been struggling up until this point, now you don't have an excuse. So if you choose to continue to struggle the way you've always struggled, that's on you. All right. We're gonna now I'm gonna pull back the somber, right? You guys, I hope that you enjoyed the marketing boot camp. We love working with you. We love bringing the energy, dropping the fire. I need this thing so I can like do fire and it goes right. That's the next piece of this boot camp. When I say dropping fire, I need fireballs to flow up from the screen like. So Faith, just so you know, that's the next piece. Like drop fire. So this is how we roll here at the Empower family. If you want to join us, you have the link. Look out for that email from us on Monday. But outside of that, love having you guys. Thanks so much for attending. Oh, by the way, if you have a friend or family member that missed this event, they can still get in. Shoot them the link. I'm going to delay the closing of the tickets another 24 hours, right? So I want people to have the opportunity to get in where they fit in. This is their chance. You guys have a great night.